Hello! Thank you guys so much for being here. This is such an incredible moment. I have been in the works of trying to put something out for years, and this album came at the perfect time and with the most amazing support system. I just want to say thank you to a few people really quickly. First and foremost, most importantly, my parents. I mean, you guys, my entire world. Pushing me my entire lives, music lessons, you know, being okay when I was like, I don't want to go to school. They were like, all right, let's burn your homework and move on. And yeah, just absolutely incredible. I also want to give a very specific and special shout out to the beautiful girl who did all of my art that you're seeing everywhere, my logo, everything, Kit McClellan. I gave her a very specific vision I had for this, and she absolutely brought it to life. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure people know it was you. And yeah, and to all of you for being here and celebrating with me today. So thank you, really. Okay, so we have a live stream going. So there's people who are live streaming in. Thank you all for being here. And I guess the layout is just gonna be, we're gonna kind of play some of the music. I'll play some of the music, and we'll kind of just go in a line. It's streaming today, so some of you may have already heard it, and if this is your first time hearing it, I really, really hope you guys like it. So thank you again for being here. It means the world to me. Thank you. First up, we have a song called Headlights. This song it's so interesting. I go back and I listen to my old demos of songs that I did on my phone voice recorder and on a guitar, and it's crazy to hear how far it's come. This is a really special song to me, and I really hope you guys like it. So thank you very much. And here it is.
Driving down the highway, don't know what I'm chasing. Pass by our exit, the one we used to take and go down that dirt road where we used to lay under the stars. Feels like yesterday. If I could say one more thing to you, and know it to be the truest thing I've said, it'd be that I hope in some other world, in some other time, we are dancing in your headlights forever. Dancing in your headlights forever.
Thank you. I hope you guys don't mind the fact that I'm not staying up here. The thought of making eye contact with everyone while you're listening to my music and being like, is it good? It's just not so appealing. So anyway, I also wanted to just let you guys know if you ever have like questions about the song or are curious about anything, now is the time to ask. Just want to put it out there. And also comments in the live stream. Yeah, so if anybody has questions, flag me down. Happy to answer them. Oops, that's not supposed to be there. Anyway, this next song that we have is called Sane. This song is like, well, it's a song about anxiety, first of all, something that I have a lot of experience with and have my entire life. But it's really funny because I wrote the song as like a guitar ballad, like a slow guitar ballad, and my producer was like, that is going to be a rock song. And I was like, okay, yeah, we could try that. And then in the mix of it, like when he played me the backing track before we recorded vocals, I was like, thank God. Thank God for you hearing that, because I would have never put that together and I wouldn't want it to be like any different. So this is Sane.
Fake it with a smile, all alone in the world. Can anyone hear me? Funny how the mind can crack just like a bowl. I'm alive, but I can't breathe. What is wrong with me? I'm alone in this room, and I've got nobody to talk to. Is it fake or real? Don't know what I feel. This could all come crumbling down. So I take a hit, get high, fall down, retry to feel something a little more sane. Taste the words on my lips like a sweet poison kiss. Wanna scream, but what's gonna change? I just wanna feel a little more sane, a little more sane. Giving what I have to this world every day. From my inch they draw a mile, and now I'm supposed to say it never bothered me anyway. Put back on my cover-up smile. What is wrong with me? Can I make it through when I can't trust my point of view? In the walls of my mind, there is nowhere to hide. They can all come crumbling down. So I take a hit, get high, fall down, try to think something a little more sane. Taste the words on my lips like a sweet poison kiss. Wanna scream, but what's gonna change? I just wanna feel a little more sane, a little more sane. I just wanna feel a little more sane, a little more sane. What's wrong with me? Take a hit, get high, fall down, retry to feel something a little more sane.
All right, we'll run with it. Okay, questions about that song? Tidbits of information, anyone? Okay. It's really interesting to hear like what which of these songs has been everyone's favorite and stuff like that. And thank you. I'm so glad. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I mean, my dad says that his favorite is whichever one he's currently listening to, which is awesome. But I'm pretty sure that his favorite is actually that one. But he also, grew up at a time where rock music is his thing, so yeah. So I'm going to play this next song for you guys. This one is called Before We Die, and this song was like me sitting in my apartment, looking out my window. It was raining and being like, if I could choose the weather to be rain all the time, I would, and that would make my mom depressed, so I'm sorry about that, but would still do it. And it kind of just like spend time with the ones that you love while you have time to do it, and life is too short to waste it on things that don't make you happy. Yeah. So, yeah, on that page, I just recently quit my job so I could start doing this like full time. So, not wasting another second of it, right? So this is called Before We Die. Don't always know the words or have the right thing to say. If it were up to me, every day would be rain. Couldn't tell you why, but I find comfort in the way. It feels like the sky understands my pain. Oh, life is being lived all the time. Better do some living before we die. Isn't that the point of being alive? To do some living before we die. Before we die. Too many checks and balances we're always worrying about. We miss out on the ones we love. But if time is money and money makes the world go round, turn your world with things that make you feel like enough. Life is being lived all the time. Better do some living before we die. Isn't that the point of being alive? To do some living before we die. 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 Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for making it pretty easy for me to come up and play, because it's not usually easy for me to come up and play. So yeah, that song has very special meaning to me, and I'm so glad you guys liked it. The next song that I have for you, if I can remember correctly, what is it after Before We Die? Is it Sticks and Stones? Never mind, it's torn. This song is also a song that I meant to be like kind of slower, and it ended up taking like a more upbeat turn, which it's not a bad thing. I actually would not prefer it any other way. I think it's perfect the way it is. So without further ado, this is Torn.
Tell you they'd been listening to me cry myself to sleep. Haven't left my room in a week. I forget to eat, can't shake this feeling that you're not meant for me. I'm so torn, your heart wasn't made of stone, but we couldn't find a way to stop the fall. Thought you were the one, but I should have known. Fairy tales ain't real after all. And now I'm torn, torn, torn. And now I'm torn, torn, torn. You know why I left? We've been such a mess, but I hate the thought of you with someone else. I shouldn't have regrets, but I've been in distress. I've been stuck somewhere between heaven and hell. I'm so torn, your heart wasn't made of stone, but we couldn't find a way to stop the fall. Thought you were the one, but I should have known. Fairy tales ain't real after all. And now I'm torn, torn, torn. And now I'm torn, torn, torn. If the walls could speak, they'd tell you they'd been listening to me cry myself to sleep. And now I'm torn, torn. And now I'm torn, to me cry myself to sleep. And now I'm torn, such a maybe you're not meant for me. And now I'm torn, to me cry myself to sleep. And now I'm torn, such a maybe you're not meant for me. If the walls could speak.
Thank you guys. Yeah, I love that's if you listen to it in order on streaming platforms, that's the first song because the intro is just my favorite. So yeah, that was Torn. And questions? Anyone? Comments? Concerns? Okay, good, because it's too late to take it down now. So next up, we have a song called Sticks and Stones. This song always made me laugh because it's very, what do I say? It's kind of like they could play it on Disney Channel, you know what I mean? It's like one of those songs, but like in a mature way. Does that make sense, kind of? Okay, well, it's something that's really important to me is minding what you say, speaking with intention and realizing that words have a lot of damage. I have a tattoo on my ankle. It's a Harry Potter quote because I'm a nerd. And it basically says, words are our most inexhaustible source of magic, which I believe is so true. So moral of the story is be kind to everybody and speak kindly because words are important. And that's what this song is about. So enjoy.
No words could draw blood like pistols or paper cuts. They don't hurt me. Said the jury to the judge, who are you to say if I'm enough? That's up to me. Advice unsolicited won't find me listening. Hear right through the dissonance, yeah. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but your words ain't never gonna shake my soul. It don't cost a cent to be kind. Try to pay 'em no mind. I ain't afraid to take the blows, 'cause words don't hurt like sticks and stones. Like sticks and stones. Sweet talk and bitter tongues, preach hate but call it love. Watch what we speak. These words ain't even real, but they can hurt or they can heal. That's up to me. Advice unsolicited won't find me listening. Hear right through the dissonance, yeah. Well, sticks and stones can break my bones, but your words ain't ever gonna shake my soul. It don't cost a cent to be kind. Try to pay 'em no mind. I ain't afraid to take the blows, 'cause words don't hurt like sticks and stones. Like sticks and stones. If you ain't got anything nice to say, then don't open your mouth. If you're not gonna make it a brighter day, then don't open your mouth. If you ain't got anything nice to say, if you're not gonna make it a brighter day, if you ain't got anything nice to say, well, sticks and stones can break my bones, but your words ain't never gonna shake my soul. It don't cost a cent to be kind. Try to pay 'em no mind. I ain't afraid to take the blows. Sticks and stones can break my bones, yeah. Keep my head held up through the highs and lows, yeah. It don't cost a cent to be kind. Try to pay 'em no mind. I ain't afraid to take the blows, 'cause words don't hurt like sticks and stones. Like sticks and stones. Like sticks and stones.
What's really funny is like when I hear that song, the first thing my mind goes to is when I was recording this song. One of my super talented friends, his name is Connor McLaren. He's a super talented artist, and one of my producers, Mario Marchetti. We were recording, and Mario was like, "We need like some big vocals on this song, and something that like an effect can't give you." And I was like, okay, so what do you want to do? And he was like, let's go in the garage, and all three of us are going to stand in a line, and I'm going to give you your parts, and I'll have a part, and we're all going to sing these parts. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. And so we're standing in line, and we all get ready to sing, and as soon as we start singing, somebody is super off. Pretty sure it was me. Like, I'll admit to that, but like, we were listening, and Mario has this look on his face, and he's like, who? which of you two isn't singing your part the right way? And I was like, I don't know. But it was just, I don't know. It was really funny. But yeah, I really, really love that song. So next we have another live performance and the final song from the whole bunch. So I'm going to give this guy a good scoot back. Pick this guy up. Sleepwalking. This song is the title track, and kind of a wild just thought. I was recording a project with my other really talented friend. His name is Reese Ratliff, and he was recording a project for me because he's also an awesome producer. And there was one song that I was recording, and I was like, this just doesn't like feel right. I don't like the way it sounds. And he was like, all right, well, you want to just write a new one? And I was like, we can try. So we sat up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he was just like playing his guitar, and these like freestyled lyrics kind of came out. And this song is like nonsensical, but also like makes sense at the same time. So it's kind of an interesting experience, which is kind of like what the album cover, like the vision that I had for it, which awesome job again, is kind of just like the mix of reality mixed with not reality, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is Sleepwalking, and this is my favorite song of all of them. So here we go.
I've been sleepwalking somewhere past the boulevard. Put my shoes on, walked into the night. I've been sleepwalking over the bridge that looks at the river. Dreamt it was on fire. Oh, won't you come and wake me up? Need someone to show me how to love. Sleepwalking right out of the ledge. I've been sleepwalking, trying to find my way back to the place I've been dreaming about. Know someday I'll be home in a place I've never known before. Till then I'm sleepwalking. see you in my dreams.
Thank you, guys. You guys are so awesome for being here. Seriously, thank you. I mean, I could. I could absolutely play another one if everyone's feeling good. What do I have practiced? well, I contemplate that.
How many years are all these songs written?
Oh, well. Oops. Trying to think about what the oldest one of these songs would be. Let's see. Well, that's not right. This project started with this song that was supposed to go on that project with Reese that I was discussing, which was well over like a year and a half ago. It was more like 2 years ago. Sticks and Stones was also probably written in that time frame. So I would say probably like 2 years is the oldest song. And also a lot of these songs are like, they take a much different form now than they did then. Like I was listening back to all my old demos and just being like, wow. I'm glad people don't have to hear this version of me talking about whether or not it's better to add the seventh or, leave it out. But yeah, it's been so many years in the process. I've been writing songs since I was like, well, a long time, but seriously, probably maybe 14 or 15 is when I started writing songs that like took shape. And I'm like trying to think if I have any of my old ones that I could play, because that would be embarrassing, but probably show you guys a lot of where I came from in that front. But yeah, a long time. Does anybody else have questions while I think about a song that I could play for you guys? Probably Sleepwalking. That one just took such crazy shape during the production. So that whole instrumental section with the bass, that's kind of like sci-fi sounding, which I really like. That wasn't there when I in the original song, and my producer was like, "What if we just built it out and like really laid some strings down?" So that's a real, very talented strings player. Her name is Masha. And she absolutely crushed it on that record. It would be so different without her. So, yeah, probably that one. What's your favorite? I'm curious.
I like Headlights.
Yeah, I like that one too. That's a really good one. So, okay, I could try this one. I won't lie. This song is like one that I will definitely pause on and need a minute to think about the chords because it's been a second, but I'll play it for you. This song is called Off the Tracks, and it's a co-write with Connor McLaren. Mentioned him already. Yeah, he and I try to write together like once every couple of weeks. So this would be one of those. So here we go. I bumped this. I need to move that. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. That's way too high. Sorry, give me a second. That sounds more like me. Waiting in the days. The last few months are hazy. I remember your face. But now you're just a stranger. Fever dream turned to storm. I miss your warmth and I want it bad. 'Cause my whole world is slipping right through the cracks. We had it all. It was all we had. And this train don't look like it's ever going back. It's off the tracks. It's off the tracks. It's off the tracks. Off the tracks. I miss your warmth and I want it bad, 'cause my whole world is slipping right off the tracks. Yeah, that's it, sorry. There's a whole second verse in that song that I like spaced halfway through, and I was like, we'll just go onto the bridge. So that's why it was so short. But yeah, so that's off the tracks. I'm hoping to do that one on my next album. But yeah, to be completely honest with you guys, I really can't think of something else to play at the moment. So yes.
So do you come up with the words first or the music? How does that creative process work for you?
Yeah, it really depends. I have definitely had, like, I will say it works better if, like, the song is more likely to get finished if I have music first. I have, like, lyrical thoughts all the time that I'll walk around and I'll be like, I probably look so weird talking in my phone in public, being like, note to self, this is a cool rhyme, and then putting my phone in my pocket and, like, continuing to walk. But I try to write that. Like, I'll try to go home and, like, look at my notes and, like, write to the lyrics, but it works way better if I have music first. 'Cause I really live by the rule that, like, if the music doesn't speak by itself, then it's kind of like, it doesn't give me, I will just say I do much better writing if I'm in the feeling of whatever it is I'm trying to convey. And the music has more of a way of doing that than thinking of words. Yes.
A two-part question.
Yes.
First, where would you like to perform? Where's kind of the dream place if you made it now by performing at X, wherever X is?
Mm-hmm.
And the second part is, if you were going to perform with somebody who's already out there, who's popular, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Is there somebody out there that you'd love to do work with?
It's actually funny because when you asked me the first part of your question, I was like, wherever Ed Sheeran is. It doesn't really matter where that is. It's just if he's there, then awesome. I don't know if there's like a specific venue that I'm the most excited to hopefully play at one day. Because to be fair, I'm not all that familiar with like arenas and stuff. I mean, Ed Sheeran talks about Wembley all the time, so maybe I'll just say Wembley and be like, yeah, there's a good one. But Ed Sheeran, or I would say Hozier, I just saw him live. Incredible. Or Phoebe Bridgers, and piggybacking off of Phoebe Bridgers, Boy Genius. That would be like the dream. Those are probably my top artists at this moment. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, thinking about it's kind of crazy. Anyone else? Yes.
What song were you the most inspired when you wrote it?
That's such a good question. Probably Headlights, I would say, because when I wrote that song, I like was inspired enough to actually, and this is not something I do very often, unfortunately, but I was inspired enough to like go build out a track for it. So like I had this, I'm trying to remember how that song even goes. I had it like this was the original intro for it, so like a very light picking pattern. Yeah, I think it was on the 3rd. And so I went into my studio and kind of just was recording this finger picking pattern sitting in there. And I have my lights all dimmed in my studio. Hearing it's like really weird. And I remember having all these lyrics and just like writing them all out and singing them and adding layers and harmonies. And yeah, that one was a song that I wrote in like, I want to say like half an hour, just because I was so in the moment of it, I could not put it down. I was like, I need to finish this song, which doesn't happen very often. So yeah, I think that one for sure. Or Sane. That one was also quite the inspirational kick for me. But not in the way that it was produced, which is interesting, because now it inspires me in a different way, which is crazy. Yeah. Yes?
If you were to hear one of your songs in a movie or TV show, what would it be about, and what would be the part of the plot that it would be
It's actually so funny that you asked me that question because I was sitting here thinking, and I was like, I think like the song with the most potential, in my opinion, is Sleepwalking because it has like a whole instrumental section and it's kind of like fun like that, you know what I mean? But I was like, what show is that ever gonna fit in? And my parents are watching this show right now called Falling Water. Is that what it's called? Falling Water? And it's all about people who like, I've watched like one episode, but like fall asleep, and the whole show takes place in the fact that they are like dream walkers. And I was watching like an episode of the show with them, and I was like, bro, there's a show right there. This is perfect. I didn't even write this song for the show, but there it is. So, you literally, on the live stream, if the Falling Water people see this, I have a song for you. Like, for real, reach out, you know what I mean? Yeah, probably that one. Anyone else? Yes.
What has been your favorite part of the whole process?
Repeat the question.
What's my favorite part of the whole process? What has been? Honestly, I think recording. Because I went out to Nashville, I got a couple weeks off work, which was awesome. And recording was like unreal. Like, my producers are two of the like most incredible people I've ever met in my entire life, as far as like talent, their ear, and their energy. Like just sitting there, I couldn't have like they're so encouraging, and they have such a vision, but like at the same time wanted to make sure that that vision that they had was like in line with my vision. And so showing up every day and just like sitting down in the chair and just, you know, getting to work and hearing what they were like creating right in front of me was like wild. And then getting the products back like a couple months later was also crazy because it's like they're very specific about what they will let you listen to. And I was like, well, can I just hear like can you just send me what you have? And they were like, no. Yeah, no, we'll send it when it's like pretty much done. And I was like, okay. And it was amazing. So yeah, probably the actual recording of it all is crazy. Yeah. Any more questions? Yes.
You're totally awesome, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So are your parents. So I was wondering, what did you think of your upbringing? What was it? Was there something special in any part of this process that your parents did that gave you either the confidence or the, to trust yourself, to jump in, to not be afraid? Because it's a journey that you're going on.
Yeah.
You're quite a remarkable woman.
Oh, thank you.
There was something that they did to inspire that.
Yeah, this dream would be dead without them, 100%. If I had any other parents, this would 150% wouldn't be sitting here right now. My parents, and I think, I mean, most of you are my parents' friends, so I think a lot of you will know that this is true when I tell you this. My parents are two of the most incredible people in every front. Like, seriously, the most incredible human beings. They have followed every dream that they have ever wanted, chased it down, and made it possible. And they brought us, you know, me and my brother who's there. Both of my brothers, my older brother's not here today. I wish he was. And they showed us what that looks like to just not be afraid to go after your dreams 150%. I mean, they're my superheroes. I couldn't write enough papers about them. I couldn't tell people enough about them and how much they mean to me. And they are 100% the reason that I am who I am today. I did not fit in school. I was bullied 100%, did not really ever have any friends, couldn't learn the material. I'm very dyslexic, in case you can't really tell. And the minute that I was like, I don't think I really want to do the school thing, they were, like I said before, they were like, yeah, okay. And we actually burned the homework. That was a thing. That was a ceremony. That I remember clearly. It was fantastic. Yeah, that stack of papers burned so well. And it was, from there on, it was just like them asking me like music questions seriously, not being like, well, what's your plan B? It's always like, how many songs did you write today? You know, how much of this material are you getting done? What are you doing to make yourself better? And without that, I would not be here. So, yeah. To Lori and Patrick. So, hi, Nana.
I don't know if this has been asked me, but I just am curious about, do you have to be in a certain mood to write your songs, words that connects, that, or do you just think, oh, I need to sit down and try to write something today, or
Yeah.
how does that work?
No, that's an awesome question. Well, I think, well, so here's my thing. One of my producers who also runs a group for musicians, his philosophy is that even when you're not inspired to write, you sit down and you write, because inspiration doesn't just come, you have to meet it 50%. You know what I mean? It's like you show up ready to write and you start writing, even if you're not inspired, and the inspiration will come. And I absolutely agree with that. Sometimes it's harder than others. There's definitely times where, like, with a few songs on this record where I showed up inspired and I got an amazing song out of it. And then sometimes it's a process where I'm like, I don't really feel inspired to write today. But once I start writing, in my mind, it's kind of like, I have to get this done, you know? And the inspiration comes eventually. So, yeah, I would say it's like a little bit of both. But overall, the harder that you work at it and the more that you force yourself to show up, even when you don't feel like you want to, the easier it gets to write. Because just as much as it is like a talent, it is also a skill. So yeah, I fully believe that. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Any final questions? Yes.
For one, just so inspiring,
Thank you.
really inspiring. And the thing that I keep wondering is, when you're singing,
Mhm.
who do you see or feel hearing your music?
15-year-old me, I hope. Yeah. Who do I see hearing my music and having it mean something to? That's like such a big question for me, because I think about this all the time as an artist. It's hard for me to write, and I'm constantly thinking about like who I would want my music to have like an impact on.
All the people in Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, absolutely. 100, every single person on earth. And at a deeper level, well, with a song like Sticks and Stones, a girl getting picked up from school who's upset because she was bullied all day, you know? Like, if I had that song when I was leaving school, just being absolutely torn apart by the fact that I had like 0 friends and kids were mean, it's like, that might have made my whole day better, you know? And when I was writing that song, part of me was like, this is so immature, just write something cool and edgy. And I was like, but it's so important also, like the message. It doesn't all have to be, you know, edgy and mature and with heavy bass, you know? Like, some of it has to be just straight up, say what you mean. And that's what that song is for me. It's for that kid, you know? For that kid who was absolutely heartbroken, you know, going through the school system. So, yeah, that's definitely my biggest hope. Yeah. Anyone else? If it's okay with you guys, I know that you already heard this song, but we had someone who got here a little bit late. Hi. Addison, right? Cool. Do you wanna come up here? You can stay back there if you want, but you are welcome to come up if you'd like to. Addison. Hi. Nice to meet you. You want to sit right there? Cool. Yeah, totally. Thank you for coming. Addison did not get here in time to hear the live performance of Before We Die, so if it's okay, I'm just going to play the first chorus all the way through, and then we'll go from there. So here we go. Don't always know the words or have the right thing to say. If it were up to me, every day would be rain. Couldn't tell you why, but I find comfort in the way. It feels like the sky understands my pain. Ooh. Life is being lived all the time. Better do some living before we die.
Isn't that the point of being alive? To do some living before we die. Before we die.
Thank you guys. Thank you all for coming. There we go. Thank you guys. And thank you, Addison, for making it for that last time. So glad you're here. Yeah, so I think that concludes this amazing event. And just thank you one more time to my brilliant artist, to my parents, to Jeff Hayes for letting me use your space, to Elliot and this amazing crew that has been monitoring the sound and cameras the whole time. You guys are so awesome. And yes, I will. And thank you to all of you, because this it's on all streaming platforms and iTunes. I would love to get vinyl done at some point. That would be so cool, and we will. And I will post about it when it's out on vinyl for sure. But seriously, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Driving down the highway, don't know what I'm chasing. Pass by our exit, the one we used to take, and go down that dirt road where we used